Dear Shy Girl, I'm just going to keep saying this until you hear me. You don't need to be louder to get your life together. You just need to stop apologizing for being who you are. And you need to stop hiding behind that personality that God gave you. So do you feel sometimes that it feels like life is falling apart and you're feeling so stuck? And you feel like everyone is moving but you. They are all moving forward, but you look like you're still thinking about it and you're still figuring things out. I totally understand, and I have been there, and I'm working through that process even right now. So I want to share 10 unconventional ways that has been so helpful for me to get my life together and stop feeling unstuck. And I'm very sure that this will help you, especially if you're an introvert or you're a shy girl or a shy guy and you want to become unshy this year and move forward. This will definitely help you. And trust me, number 9, you did not see coming. So make sure you stick around and make sure you wait for that number, because you definitely want to hear what I have to say. So let's dive right in. Number 1, stop trying to become an extrovert. Stop trying to become an extrovert because it is holding you back. You're trying to become who you are not. You're trying to copy loud people, and that is not your personality. That is not who you are, and that will definitely keep you frustrated. Trust me, I know, because I have done it, I have tried it, and it never worked. So I want you to know that God didn't accidentally make you reflective or more observant. He didn't design you to disappear, but He designed you to be able to feel things and say things and be who you are. But let that be your superpower, not your weakness. So even as you're trying to be quiet or be observant, I want you to know that you do not have to live a small life, because quietness is not the same thing as being small. So you can still dream big, do great things, do big things, move boldly, even as a quiet, reserved, or reflective person. So stop trying to be an extrovert, but use your introvertedness as a superpower. Number 2, your problem isn't shyness. Your problem is avoidance. So this year, we are no longer avoiding the things that we want to do and term it shyness. We're not going to be avoiding moving forward, moving past our failures, moving past our last breakthrough. I'll say that again. Sometimes we hold on to the last breakthrough, and that holds us back from moving to the next. So I want you to move from avoidance to moving forward, because you're not going to use shyness as a means and an excuse to avoid the things you want to do. So I want you to stop disguising fear as a personality, because that's what avoidance does. Self-awareness is where your life starts coming together. The more aware you are that you are either being afraid or you are avoiding things, the more likely you are able to get yourself up and know that this is not right. I need to move forward. I need to keep going. I need to take one step at a time instead of standing in one spot. Taking the step of one spot, we're moving forward. Number 3, build confidence in private first. Again, build confidence in private first. Introverts don't transform on the stage most times. They transform in quiet rooms. You hear people say they prepared and prepared. Preparation sometimes is not seen by everyone. It is done in the private, and that is how you can build your confidence. So you've been trying to build it in public and you're struggling, but once you start doing it privately, taking that step that you feel afraid, like choosing boldness even in private, like turning on that camera, choosing to read that book or write that book, choosing to ask for that promotion, write that letter in private. You don't need to tell anyone, and send it through and just wait to hear back. promotional requests, the more money requests, starting that business, applying for that grant, whatever it is, applying for that college degree or college scholarship, whatever it is, start privately. Practice speaking your thoughts out loud, even when it's hard. Practice saying no. Practice asking for what you want. Confidence is trained, my dear. It is trained first before it is displayed. So practice confidence, even if it's in the quietness of your surrounding, in the private. Start privately, and trust me, when it's time to step out publicly, you would have gotten all the strength and grace that you need to show up. So stop struggling with trying to be confident all at the same time, but start small. Number 4, stop romanticizing being low maintenance. Low maintenance often means low boundaries, low expectations, low standards. High peace requires high standards, because you have to protect your peace, and that will require you setting some standards that you are uncomfortable with. I want you to start being okay and not feel like it's prideful to say that doesn't work for me anymore. I want you to be okay to say how you feel and what you want without feeling the guilt of asking for more or wanting to be more or seeking more. I want you to know that high maintenance is not living a prideful life. High maintenance is setting standards and values that would move you to become the woman that you want to be, the man that you want to be, to live your ultimate life, to allow yourself live freely, be free, and grow in the strength and the joy and the peace of the Lord in your life, without holding yourself back, without apologizing for who you are. That is what high maintenance looks like. It doesn't mean that you're going to walk with your shoulders so high that no one can talk to you, but you're going to walk with your shoulders so high that no one can stand in the way of what God has set in motion in your life, in the way that no one can move you from, with their words or their thoughts, from knowing who you are and whose you are. So stop romanticizing being low maintenance. You are high maintenance, baby. Number 5, don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until you feel ready. I feel like that speaks for itself, because most times we want to be super ready. We want to have everything all lined up before we feel like we are ready to do what we want to do. The things will go for that dream, that purpose, that goal. I want you to know that you do not need to keep over preparing. You do not need to keep overthinking. I want you to let your actions interrupt your analysis. Let your actions speak over your analysis. You trying to overthink it. And I want you to stop thinking your way out of momentum, because that is something we do a whole lot as deep thinkers. We feel, oh, if it's not working, if we're not getting this particular number, if we're not getting this particular level in our goals, our dreams, or we feel like we'll talk ourselves out of it. Well, I want you to know that you have to move yourself out of the way and let yourself grow and let yourself do the things that you want to do. You move, go towards that dream, even when you don't feel ready. So even me talking to this camera, I don't feel like I'm qualified, but I know that God has qualified me to share this with you today. So don't wait till you're ready. Start today. Okay? Number 6, choose 3 non-negotiables. 3 non-negotiables that would be so helpful for you. What are that 3 things that are non-negotiables in your life? For me, it's faith, it's family, and it's my purpose. Those are 3 things I do not joke with. So faith, family, and friends, and my purpose. I do not joke with those 3 things because I hold them really close to my heart. So choose those 3 things that are non-negotiable, that you hold with utmost value, and you will run with and will not hold yourself back. Because if those are stable, your life is not falling apart. It's being built. So I know you might say something like, oh, but I hold my family like in the uttermost, they're non-negotiable, but right now it looks like my family is falling apart. I'll just use that as an example. I want you to take that to the Lord. I want you to look at what is making it fall apart. What can you change? What can you do to make it stable enough for you to be able to do what you want to do? Because the truth is that if those three non-negotiables don't feel aligned and put together, you feel like your life is falling apart, because those are the things that you hold true to yourself. So if your faith feels like it's failing, go back to your maker. Family feels like it's failing, go back to your maker. If your purpose or your calling feels like it's failing, go back to your maker. If it's health that you hold really strongly, go back to God and ask for help, and then start taking steps towards working your way back. And that's what I always do, like being retrospective and making sure those three negotiables are in line and you're working towards making sure that they are not falling apart, so that you do not feel like you're falling apart as well. Number 8, protect your energy but stop using it as an excuse. Protect your energy but stop using it as an excuse. Yes, you need rest. Yes, you need to recharge, but do not rest to give up. Do not recharge to give up, because discomfort is not always burnout. Discomfort is not always burnout. So don't feel like you need to let the discomfort be a stop sign, because sometimes growth stretches us. So you can protect your energy, you can rest, but do not give up. You can change your strategy, you can redirect yourself, but do not give up. Embrace the discomfort, embrace the newness, embrace the growth that is stretching you. Number 9 that we have all been waiting for, and trust me, number 10 is so good as well. Number 9, get used to being misunderstood. I'll say that again. Get used to being misunderstood, because you have always felt like you have to be understood by everyone. Everyone needs to understand this is my vision. Everyone needs to understand this is my goal. Everyone needs to understand that this is what I'm working on towards. Trust me, this is how I used to talk. No, you will not always be fully understood. You will not always be fully explained. You will not always be fully validated. But you cannot wait to be fully understood before you move. You have to move because you have been called, because this is your goal, this is your vision. So you have to keep going, and knowing that you cannot wait to be fully understood before you move. You move because you are called, not because you are validated by people, but you move because God has said move. God has said you should apply for that position that you are not qualified for. God has said you should apply for that grant, for that business that seems like is bigger than you. You should go for that dream that seems so big. You're moving because you know God has impressed it in your heart, and you cannot sleep. It keeps you up at night. You're moving just because of that, not because you need the validation or you have been validated by anyone. Okay? And the last one, number 10, act like someone is depending on your obedience, because it's not about you. I know, like, you might feel like, oh, I feel stuck right now. Why would you be saying that it's not about me? It's not about you, baby girl. It's not about you, my friend. It's not about you. You have to start acting like someone else is dependent on your obedience. Someone out there, a woman out there, a man out there is dependent on your obedience. Your family is dependent on your obedience. Your friends are dependent on your obedience. Your future self, your family, the woman who needs to hear your voice, the man who needs to hear your voice, the people attached to you making that move, those are the ones that you need to start acting on behalf of. Those are the ones that you should think about when you feel like you need to make a move. And you know that it's time to get yourself together, pick yourself up. Let them be the people that you think about, because it's not about you. It's not really about you. It's about the people behind that thing, that calling, that move, that putting your life together, getting yourself together, picking yourself up, and going to do the things that God has laid in your heart. Okay? So getting your life together doesn't change your personality. It actually requires you to confront your fears, like facing your fears head on. That is what getting your life together looks like. And trust me, even as I've gone through those lists, it's not going to seem pretty. It's not going to be your finest moment walking through this. And I want you to go back to this list and look at them and see the ones that you really need to start working on right now, that you need, that you can take one step towards. And I know that as you do it, God is going to grant you grace, strength, wisdom to navigate it. Like I said, I'm still on this journey and we're doing it together. We're getting unstuck. We are moving forward. We are moving with authority, grace, and purpose. And we are not using shyness or introvertedness as an excuse in 2026 and beyond. So I want you to remember, like I always say, that God really got you. Even when it feels like life is shaking, your voice is shaking, and you can't do it. I know you can do it because God's got your back. He got you so much. So act like it. Move. Get yourself together. Pick yourself up and move and keep moving. Keep going. Rest and keep moving. And like I always say, stay beautiful, stay blessed. You are loved, you are seen, you are accepted. God's got you so much. So act like it. I'll see you on the next one.